All right, Rockmine back again. We're heading into Chicago, and we got Johnny, my sidekick. He's been on hiatus for a while, but we finally dragged him out for his supreme expertise in all things music. We're gonna go back to Hyde Park Records. So we're gonna hit Obama's neighborhood there, and they had some great 45s last time, so let's see what they got. University of Chicago has actually got a pretty decent reputation academically. Believe it or not, back in the day, this was part of the Big Ten. So Hyde Park, Washington Park, and of course the new Obama library is going up. So a lot of building and activity going on down here. We're downtown Chicago, actually Hyde Park. And this is the University of Chicago area. A lot of people out on the street today. It's about 40 degrees. And we're gonna go to a place called Hyde Park Records coming up. I've been here before, and they had some decent 45s. I'm sure I could dive in to the LP bin and find some stuff. So it should be right here around the corner. Here we are, Hyde Park Records. And you gotta love this. They got bins on the street. We buy and sell CDs and records. They got a $2 bin, and there we go, $1.45s. So I could just spend my whole day just looking through this tub, and I may. But let's see what's inside first. You got 99-cent CDs, you got cassettes, Jerry Butler, Mahalia, George Benson. We buy records, Hyde Park Records. There you go, right there. Like I said, I've been here before, but it's been a while. So this is what it looks like. There's boxes of records just waiting to be unloaded. And where do you start, right? Well, let's check it out. You know how to do it. Okay. This guy's gonna undo a little spot for me. He's got some soul records back there. And since I've been doing a lot in that genre, we'll definitely check that out. And then Johnny and I are gonna hit some place for lunch, because when you collect records, you get hungry. I'm just gonna go through these boxes as I usually do. I'm gonna freestyle a little bit. I like VJ, I like Chess, I like any of these old label stuff, but you sort of got to know it off the top of your head. You're going to see a lot of regular Motowns in here, and you're going to say, oh, why didn't you get that? Because I probably already have it. And that's how we do it. Like you get an old label like that, Eddie and Betty Cole, 6,000. That's a $10 record right there. Guy knows his stuff. Here's an old Chess record right there, $4.99, Larry Williams. I'll take a closer look at that. Motown, 4 Tops. You got Stax, William Bell. That's sort of that southern soul, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get my camera going too. Might as well, right?
I'm gonna make you a hand model when we're done. World famous hand model.
Yeah. My wife says, "Oh, your nails don't look very good on that last video." I'm like, "Geez, I didn't realize I had to go to hair and makeup before."
You want to still roll or what?
Yeah, just take do little 5 to 10 second clips from different angles. That works better.
Well, I only got one angle. I can't get on the other side.
That's fine. Then don't worry about it. Just come back when I'm halfway through or onto the next box. I'm not
I
gonna.
just don't know how much memory you have, what space you have.
The biggest thing with that one is when's it gonna die. That's a pretty cool record. Slim Harpo. Gotta love Prince right there. Let's Go Crazy in a picture sleeve. I'm looking for VJ, which is the the label that started, believe it or not, in Gary, Indiana, and quickly made it over here to what they call Record Row. That's a pretty cool record. Slim Harpo. Gotta love Prince right there. Let's Go Crazy in a picture sleeve. Remember these? Like it was like a cereal box.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it actually, you could play it on your turntable.
I remember getting a little, like little ones in my cereal box.
Yeah. Or they would be actually in the box. You can go look around, Johnny. Check out your DVDs and stuff. Johnny and I are messing around with a 2-camera system, and so far it's a little glitchy, but you know, I like the second camera angle. It's not like we're doing the old American Pickers thing where he's got the luxury of having 5 cameras and sound men and a crew surrounding him. That's Mike Wolf's luxury, but we're sort of a ma-pa type business here, and we take any help we can get. So I think I lost Johnny rather early, though. He was off talking to the record store owner and always in a deep dive about something musical, which is fine with me. We're in tight quarters here. The lighting's bad. This guy had to move about 12 big boxes of LPs out of the way just so I can belly up to this little soul section. But I'm telling you what, this is chocked full of old soul. There's stuff in here, $15, $20, $30 records, and I can't just break the bank on one box. So I'm trying to be judicious about my choices. I'm trying to see, I'm trying to film, I'm trying to track down Johnny, and I'm still thinking about those boxes that are out on the curb, on the ground right outside that we passed on the way in. And I'm thinking for $1 a piece, if those are in decent condition, boy, it might be better if I just spend my time out there. Johnny's getting hungry. I'm getting hungry. You know, you don't want to skip lunch on these outings because then you end up all, you know, hungry and impatient and you miss stuff, and that's no good for anybody. Where the hell are we and how did we get here? Well, Rare Records are just every other record in this box. We're in Hyde Park, Chicago. And basically, it's the neighborhood that is near Washington Park, University of Chicago, not far from the Museum of Science Industry. The South Shore line has a 57th Avenue street stop. And basically, this is Obama's hangout chill pad area. I think he's got a house here, and they're building the Obama Presidential Library. So it's actually a little booming area of Chicago, and you can tell just by the people walking up and down the street. It's definitely got a Chicago or a college vibe to it. But how did all these rare records get here? Well, someone told me in Chicago they don't have yard sales. It's either the city or the state doesn't allow yard sales. So where are all these records going to end up? Well, you have a very diverse university crowd surrounded by the Chicago R&B clubs, bars, DJs, and neighborhoods. They're going to end up at a place like Hyde Park Records. And I got a chance to meet the owner before I left. Alex, I think his name is. He's from France. So I threw out a couple French words, and you know what? He liked it, and we're buddies now. He says he remembers me from last time I was there, which has been a year ago. But the Detroit Bob cards are paying off, and people leave them on their desk, and they remember me when I come back. So take note of that. If you're going to be a collector, it never hurts to have a card with your name on it. It just makes people remember you. Something catchy, a catchy name, a colorful card. It sits on their desk, and there you go. Next time you come in the shop, you sort of get a little bit more of a VIP treatment. I don't know if he would have moved all these boxes for me to go into the soul section. But here we are. We got the Jacksons. We got James Brown. We got rare records. I'm pretty sure I just pulled either a promo or a test pressing of Mustang Sally. I mean, I'm like, my hands are shaking. Is that possible for $5? I hope so. But I'm going fast. I can tell Johnny's getting hungry and impatient. And I don't want to waste too much time because I still want to get out there to those bins on the curb. It's been my experience that students are pretty astute at picking out vinyl, and they're pretty sophisticated when it comes to vinyl collection, vinyl stores, records, and the like. I spent hours in East Lansing, Michigan, sifting through boxes of records just like these back in the day at a place called FBC, Flat, Black, and Circular. So this has sort of got a college vibe. This isn't teenagers coming over from high school buying records that are just freshly pressed and overpriced at $45. This is the gritty collector deep dive soul heaven. And I don't think I've seen a concentrated soul rack like this in a while. 3 boxes in a row. And there is no Bee Gees in here. There is no Bubblegum, Bay City Rollers, Captain and Tennille. It's either modern soul, which is I consider 70s, or early soul, which is 50s and 60s. And I'm loving it all. You're getting a lot of promo label stuff in here. You're getting a lot of white label promos. You're getting a lot of old label Chess and Checker. Okay, High, and I don't have my Northern Soul list handy. I've got it with me, but it's just so cramped. And the lighting is so bad, I can't even break it out. So I'm freestyling. I'm going off the top of my head. And am I going to miss some? Yeah. You guys are going to yell at me. These are rare. A lot of these are rare. Some of them are common, but when you go fishing, you don't catch a fish every time. I'm catching some fish today, and I haven't even hit that curb to check out those 2 bins that were sitting out there for $1 a piece. I'm already thinking about when am I coming back to this place, because I think it's got to be on my regular route. So maybe instead of once a year, I'm coming here quarterly, and just once again developing a good relationship with the shop owner and making sure that I spend some money so he knows I'm a serious customer. I'm not going to make him move 12 boxes of LPs and only spend $3. It just wouldn't be right. At this point, I have no idea what's happened to Johnny. He's probably off talking. I think I can hear him in the background talking to Alex, the owner of Hyde Park Records. But I don't really care. I'm about through this third box of soul records. And in my mind, I'm like, yeah, this is going to be it, man. Get through this box, pick up the ones that I've set aside, and then go do a deal up at the front desk. In my head, I'm at about $50. But, you know, I could easily spend $250. I think I picked out the most interesting, compelling stuff that I don't have, but I'm still going to hit the sidewalk and look through those crates. Whether Johnny knows that or not, we're going to sift through those before we go to lunch. I know he's hungry. I know I'm hungry. There was a pizza place we passed. But if you go down here, one thing I would recommend, you could probably take the train. I know there's a South Shore and Orange Line drop-off at the Museum of Science and Industry, but you'd have a 15-minute walk to get here. And you know what? Records are heavy. So even if you do have a backpack, I can get about 145s in my backpack. So I guess you could do it that way. But I would download the parking app and make sure, here we are. Here's my little stash. More on the parking later. So I'm like, okay, you know, hit or miss. I know I'm going to miss on some. Here's Johnny. We're ready to check out. Yeah. Pretty good copy there.
Whose version? Oh, Coco Taylor.
Yeah. Who else? I think she's most famous for it. Who else did it? Somebody?
Didn't Jerry Lee Lewis do that?
Yeah. Someone else has done it. You're right there.
I remember he used to coin the phrase, like yell out Wang Dang Doodle.
There you go. I'm gonna, like, this is just, it just looks so homemade that it's just worth it. It's like, it must probably a bootleg. These are pretty rough shape. Find anything?
Yeah, just this Neil Young doc I never seen.
That's cool.
It was in the theaters and stuff. I just never got around to it.
Tell you what, the real bargains are out here in the dollar bin. Guy set me up with a stool. Johnny's just grabbing a smoke. We're gonna grab some lunch. But you just can't pass up these bargains. And hopefully he'll cut me a group discount. Spaniels on VJ. Gotta love that. I didn't know I was going to run into this bin, man. There's some good stuff in here. Curtis Mayfield for a buck. Jackson 5. bells. How you holding up?
There's a Taco Bell down that way and there's a Taco on the corner.
All right.
Depending what you want.
What are you thinking?
I really don't care. I like the idea of Giordano's. I know it's going to take 40 minutes to run this with.
Just do Taco Bell.
That's good.
Do they still have the beef burrito supreme?
They always stick up the menu, but I'm sure they got something like it. What's in your left? Cameo cassette, and then Word Up.
Word up, word up. All right, I'm almost through.
All right.
I think I ran into somebody's collection.
What, they all like similar?
Yeah, they all have these little labels on. Like the guy had some kind of system or something. Almost just offer them $100 for the 2 cases. You know what I mean?
What's that? I didn't hear that.
Just like say, hey, listen, just I'll take the 2 boxes. You know what I mean?
Want 'em all?
I think this is good enough quality where
You want me to go ask them?
yeah,
Which box? The red one?
both. Yeah, both.
Give them an offer.
I was gonna say I gotta do $100 for both boxes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. And then I'll feature you in a video, and I'll go to this guy. Blah blah blah. All right, Johnny. Don't let anybody walk off with those. Yeah. Well, it's a lot of the old blues stuff, and they're in pretty good shape. So. And then take care of her. Go ahead, ma'am.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
You know what? There's only one I want in there.
Oh, okay.
The rest of the stuff is good. I promised myself that's the only one I want, just for sentimental. Yeah, make that 2. That's just such an oddball. Hey, hang on. Just make me a price for everything.
Okay.
I got my homework.
Both handles are broken on that crate. How are you gonna carry it?
Well,
Can you carry it like that, or you want to ask him for another one?
I can carry it like that.
It's not super heavy.
No. So let's drop these off, and then we'll go. Well, I'm done, man.
You're done?
For the day, yeah.
If you're sure, I mean,
Yeah,
we can get
but-
whatever we want.
No, we're good. Well, let's go eat and then call it a day.
Okay.
Yeah, let's drop these off first,
Yeah.
though, right? Okay.
All right. What time you got?
I got 12:15. So,
Oh, we got time.
yeah.
We don't have to get pizza, but if you want pizza, we got time for pizza if you're done.
God, I really don't care. Shall we?
We shall.
I think I did pretty good.
100 bucks?
Yeah. A little bit different from the days when Josh was giving us $10.
Yeah, we'll say this is old regardless of the shop before.
Yeah.
Here, you might want to cross here.
Yeah, at the stop sign. It looks like my license plates. All right, we're chilling down here. Guy's selling some stuff in the corner. Got some Al Green music going. We actually had a pretty decent Italian beef, Chicago style. And we're walking right past the record store again. Fully dissected the whole scene. Definitely Alec, the owner, and here we are, Hyde Park Records again. He gave us a good deal on a couple crates of records, so definitely going to come back. All right, we got back from Hyde Park Records. That's on East 53rd in Chicago. Open every day, 11 to 8. You got to love those hours. And they got a website or a Facebook page, HydeParkRecords.com on Facebook. Guys, owner's French guy, Alex, I think his name is. But I'll tell you what, this is a place to go to buy and sell records. And you can check out Detroit Bob, my collection on Discogs right there. Let's see what we got. Just check out some of these records, man. These are all Soul label stuff, varying condition. Ray Parker Jr., Ghostbusters, and Teddy Pendergrass. I'd say it's almost all soul, ranging from 68 to 75, maybe 76. So this, I'm gonna have fun looking this stuff up. Got the white label Motown. Some guy's collection, because everything's case and numbered, most of it. Jerry Butler, you gotta love that. Stevie. A lot of Stevie Wonder in here. Some of them are a little dirty, dinged up. Got some oldies labels, some white label stuff, some oddball stuff. Most of it's just this middle of the road soul groove. Jerry Butler, O.B. Wright. I don't know if that's Northern Soul or not, but we'll check that out. Just a great, nice little selection, and it's easy to get to. Use the parking meter. All right, let's take a look at the rest of these. This is box 2, and these came out of Hyde Park Records, and that's in Chicago, Illinois. So I was really happy. You can tell they came out of somebody's personal case collection. I've got anything from case 1s to case 10s, but mostly I would call them soul, R&B. There's not hardly any rock in here at all, which is nice. And you can get rock anywhere. No country either, to speak of. So, we'll zoom in a little bit on these labels. After going through about a third of the first case, I just said, let's just do a deal. I went back inside and talked to Alec, and he just said, yeah, we did the deal and we got out of there. Charles Brown, Billy Preston, Ohio Players. It's all good stuff, man. Sort of rounds out a part of my collection that I need rounding out. There's America, they snuck in there. Luther Ingram. Some oddball stuff. Diane Warwick, white label. The Persuaders. Louis Jordan, that's from my dad's era. Saturday Night Fish Fry. I think that first came out in 1949. That was #1 on the R&B charts, I believe. Louis Jordan, check him out if you're not familiar with his work. The Emotions coming out of Memphis. Joe Simon. Some good stuff in there, eh? Motown, Staple Singers, Drifters. You can just get an idea of what I got just by looking at these different labels. Hyde. Some of these are pretty deep in, but this box is just packed. I probably got 100 records just in this box. Booker T. Some of the other ones close up. Chaka Khan, Stevie, Jerry Butler on the oldies label, Johnny Taylor. Look at that, man. Good stuff. All right, let's go box number 3. I want to thank my buddy Johnny. You can look all these up on my Discogs page. Johnny always comes up with some cool stuff, so he gave me this DVD to listen to. Apparently it's one of the first New York City, Long Island record stations to start playing the new wave stuff. And they were going over to the UK and picking all this stuff up and breaking all the rules, but breaking these bands in the US way before anybody else was doing it. 82. That was early for us for a lot of these bands. Not for so much for the here's box. This one was interesting. It's like the original label on it. Looks old. Promo. Gallatin. Liberty. The Dells. Johnny Taylor. A lot of Johnny Taylor in this. He must have been distributed pretty well up in Chicago. I think these came out of somewhere in Chicago. I mean, I bought them in Chicago, but you never know, right? There's the case number and the stamp on it. A lot of them have that designation. Cars made it in there. Casablanca. Always looking for those Parliament. The meters, man. Look at that. King Records. You get the idea. Persuaders, Motown, Cannonball Adderley, Sugarloaf made it in, Delphonics, Tyrone Davis, the Marvelettes, Shylights, Gene Chandler, Aretha, Bobby Womack, Tammy, Marvin. How cool is that? Isley Brothers, G.C. Cameron of the Spinners. Drifters, even an Elvis picture sleeve. How about that? Funkadelic, Stevie, Lynn, David Ruffin, Isley Brothers on Motown, Jackson 5, I'll Be There. The Whispers, Gene Chandler, Prince, Soft and Wet. That's an early one. I think it's off his first album. Jackie Wilson, Delphonics. Look at this stuff, man. It's just pure. Someone just dropped off their collection. Probably thousands of people walked by this on the sidewalk. They were for $1 a piece. I got them for a lot less than that. I've negotiated for both boxes. And do that too. You know, you see like, you got a whole box. You want the whole box. Just go up to the guy and say, listen, I'll give you $50 for the box. I'm not saying that's what I paid, but look at this stuff. It's just great. VJ, early Spaniels, man. Right out of Gary, Indiana. Curtis Mayfield. Jackson 5. It's right in my wheelhouse. Dear Abby. I don't even know who they are. The Dells. Stevie. It's good stuff, man. And it's just the end of that third box, so I'm going to put them all on my Discogs. Jerry Butler, that's an odd label, that Trip. Carole King, It's Too Late. Isley Brothers, Stand By Me. Jerry Butler, Staple Singers. Look at this. Just one after another. Great soul bands. Martha, Eddie Kendrick solo. Oldies label, that was a VJ spinoff. Esquires, Gaetano, the Flamingos, the Silvers. They're good stuff. The Dells. I mean, you just can't beat that for just one stop. Brooke Benton, Patti LaBelle, Larry Williams on chess. This stuff I got inside. I paid a little more for this last batch. I don't know why. I should have just stuck to the sidewalk stuff. Like the Time. I'm a sucker for the Time. Gigolos Get Lonely too. Early Spinners, I believe. Still beat up. I couldn't pass it up. Etta James on Argo. Little Eva Locomotion promo. So I actually got the Locomotion on that side. That might be worth something. Al Downing promo on chess. Gotta love that old Jimmy Reed on VJ. That's their original label. They were the one out of Gary, Indiana. That Beatles 498 is on VJ Records. Wang Dang Doodle by Coco Taylor. Saw Her Alive. Eddie Kendricks on White Label Tamla. Eddie Floyd. There you go, man. Let's check them out. And once again, I got all those on my Discogs. Just look up Detroit Bob on Discogs. You'll find it. And Hyde Park Records. There you go. It's on Discogs. Detroit Bob. Look it up. You can see the whole collection. I'll have these entered within a day or two. All right, Chicago with Johnny. What a trip. And this guy, Alec, he's a Frenchman, and he runs a pretty damn good shop. And if you don't mind wading through and jogging around some boxes, parking was good. Download the parking app. We had Giordano's Pizza had some great sandwiches around the corner. This is right on the campus, basically, of University of Chicago. And obviously, they got a Facebook page there. But I was finding just tons of soul. And then when I walked out on the street, you saw those two tubs. I just bought both tubs. Now, this one, you get the Tamla white label. And these are all in the running. But I'm just going to make the call right now. And I know what it's going to be. Tamla white label, Eddie Kendricks. It's like an $8 or $9 record. Isley Brothers, not in Discogs. This particular square Tamla label. So this guy had, when you see this, someone's collection was, so not in Discogs. This particular Aretha Franklin version, not in Discogs. And you might, oh, what do you mean? Well, I like that. That means it's rare. Chess, Larry Williams. No, I paid $5 for that, but he gave me a little discount on it, so I didn't pay. Here's the one, man. $5, and you're saying, well, what is that? Okay, well, I'll tell you what it is. It's a freaking test pressing, okay? And what that is, Atlantic Studios. It's not just any test pressing. It's R&B. It's Wilson Pickett, Mustang Sally. Now, I don't know a lot about test pressings, but this is in Discogs. And I've only seen where 4 people want it and 1 people have it. And the copy that I've seen, it's all scribbled up. That's so. What the test pressing was, Wilson Pickett. Let's say he went into Atlantic Studios and just recorded this, and he said, "Give me 25 or 100 test pressings and send this out to these people to listen to." But the fact that it's a test pressing for Mustang Sally, and the B-side, that's probably the track number. The B-side, I don't know what it is. I'm going to listen to it. This could be invaluable. You know, I mean, there could be 25 of these. There could be 100. There could be 1,000. There could be 10,000. But I know it's very rare. This is a stick-on label. And then the B-side doesn't even have anything. So first test pressing, I think that I've legitimately identified is real. And I don't know how much it's worth. But, you know, rare, you guys, oh, these aren't rare. These aren't rare. You don't catch fish every time you go fishing. So I'm not going to just seed my videos with a bunch of fake finds. You're going to see some of my videos where I don't find stuff, okay? But this is one where I did find something very rare, in my opinion. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. If there was 100,000 test pressings made, then I'll eat my words. But rare is what I'm always looking for. It's not always what I'm finding, okay? So when I say rare 45 RPM vinyl, yeah, that's my goal. And remember, what's rare to a beginner isn't necessarily rare to a experienced or a lifelong collector. So rare has got a lot of meaning. And, you know, rare coins, you ever go metal detecting? You don't find rare coins every time. Same thing with records. But that's, I believe, a truly rare record. And you can look it up on Discogs. You know, they got a listing. I got a listing. This is cool too. A promo for Little Eva and Al Downing. Baby, let's talk it over. Not in Discogs. But gem of the week is Wilson Pickett. And I've got a regular copy of this, of course. But a promo copy. There you go. We'll see you next time. Hit that little button. And if you're in Chicago, man, go down to Hyde Park Records. Talk to this guy. He's French. So if you speak French, it's even better. I know a little French. I was able to get out of there with a hello, thank you, goodbye. And there you go. Very cool. He's got an eclectic mix of soul. University of Chicago's got students from all over the world. So he's really got like a hybrid of everything. So check this place out. I think this is probably in my top 5 record shops. Later.